Hi Scorpio, are you ready? I know I am. Sitting here shuffling, asking for three tarot cards for the sign of Scorpio. Um, Using Tarot in Wonderland as I have been doing for a few weeks now. I'm really enjoying this deck. I went through it the other day to I wondered, have I seen all these cards yet? Have I read them? Because it's only been a couple of weeks, and we do seem to get a lot of repeats. But I'm sure that's the guidance of the thing because it is a journey. So I looked through them all, and yep, I've read them all a couple of times now. So I feel okay with this deck. I feel okay with this deck. And that's great, really, because I'm about to do a 3 card tarot reading for the sign of Scorpio. And the first card out is the Six of Swords. Ooh, now then, a journey, mystery, deep sense of mystery in this, okay? Being a swords card, we're looking at Gemini, Libra, Aquarian energy, really. So this will be what's around you, more than it's you yourself. But I do feel, Scorpio, that it is actually you guys that need to go on this journey. Because things aren't as clear cut as we would like them to be. The full moon is there, but it's kind of misty, it's kind of distant. Well, moons always are, but it seems to have been drawn particularly distantly in this card because there's a feeling that we're a long way from the real spiritual cosmic truth of life. That's what I'm picking up, Scorpio. There's also a feeling that, it'd be nice to have things more cut and dried than they are. So why go off on this mystical journey if we're trying to be practical? Because the truth of practicality is that actually it's a little bit of this world that we live in. It's a little bit of the outer universe, okay? Many people call it Sod's Law. You plan a thing so carefully and then something else comes into the picture and it would all appear to go wrong there. Just crazy, but that is the nature of life, and we're so quick to just write it off as sod's law, crazy things. We don't understand it. The spiritual view of things knows that everything happens for a reason. Okay, so you're being called to go on that journey. In the story, actually, after Alice has been on this journey with this lady, who is actually the Queen of Pentacles and appears as the sheep shopkeeper, as in the Queen of Pentacles card. When she finishes this journey, Alice is actually allowed to take whatever she wants from the sheep shop. So it's a journey that's a means to an end, Scorpio. It really is, okay? I'm looking at the trees without the leaves on. And I'm thinking that soon these trees will have leaves on them because life is a cycle. Nature makes these things happen, whether we want them to or not. Not always at the time we expect them to. Goodness me, no, that's climate change for you, isn't it? But life is change as well. Maybe there's going to be a climate change in your life, Scorpio. I don't know, but there is certainly going to be a big change in ways of thinking once we've had this card and once we've gone with that flow a little bit. So don't be afraid to go with the flow. It's a slightly scary looking journey, but it's a safe journey. You can feel the trust in the card. Okay, so shuffling again, asking, tell me some more about that Six of Swords card in this reading for the sign of Scorpio, which I'm doing in June of 2019, guys. But, you're welcome to watch this anytime. The best time to watch a card reading is when you're drawn to watch it, okay? That is how my videos work. That's the intent. So it's not time sensitive at all. Okay. So what we got next for Scorpio? Oh, right. Okay. Telling us some more about the Six of Swords. It's telling us a little bit more about you, about me, about the actual person at the heart of the reading, the character who's actually going through this. And it's the Magician. So it's early in the journey, but everything is built up there, Scorpio. You've got the sword, the wand, the pentacle, and the cup. So all the 4 suits are together there. 5 suits, really, because there's another pentacle here. Earth, wind, fire, and water, all under the direction of nature, the goddess, God, the universe, whatever you want to see it as, the divine, basically, whatever it is that's outside this world that we don't understand. He's holding a sword, though, so that there needs to be a decision to go along this journey, okay, Scorpio? So don't hold back from that decision, whatever you do. It might take you a while to think it through and actually make that decision, but he's the Magician. He's very powerful, and he reminds us that the influences are coming to bear. And it's I didn't mention that he's holding a wand here as well. That is represents our ability to make the most of what we've got and actually to make progress. The sword there's something to think about, and actually all the energies are summed up in the Magician there. So we're looking at fairly big changes here, Scorpio. Okay. I feel not just around love either, you know, that seems to be the main focus of where we're going with this reading today, but not just around love, but you know, love doesn't exist in a vacuum. Successful relationships take everything into consideration, do they not? Okay, let's ask for the middle card then. This is actually, it's the third one I've pulled, but that last one was significance for the Six of Swords, which was the first one. And the middle card has now fallen out on the floor. So let's pick it up. What have we got? Oh, looks positive, looks positive. It is Judgment. It really is Judgment. Now then, this isn't kind of judgment in the kind of legal sense of the meaning, okay? That's not what we're looking at here. Different strokes for different folks. It could apply itself differently to different people. In fact, I'm sure it will, because so many people watch these videos, and I'm very grateful for everyone who is watching them, actually. But yeah, we've got the hair up here. No, it's the white rabbit. He's just got a lot of blue light on him. There we are. Okay, so call that blue light. The truth, really, you know, it's not as dark as lapis, but it's kind of quite turquoisey, as if truth needs to be spoken here. And truth is always worth speaking, Scorpio. So if you're finding it difficult to speak your truth, then you're going to have to make a move and do something. Say something. Make your presence felt, okay? Because suffering in silence is not the way to go. Especially for a Scorpio, but especially for everyone, really. A major arcana card. It's Judgment. It's number 20. Okay, we see things coming into balance. And it's the feeling of it's time to go, it's time to get on with something. Actually follows on from the Magician rather nicely, because we've got the 20 of kind of the second tier of completion. Almost as if there's not far to go to find nirvana. So Scorpio, this might not be such a long journey as you think. Yeah, it's a spiritual journey. So time is almost immaterial. It'll take as long as it takes, which might not be forever. Okay, Scorpio, let's ask for a bit more significance on that. Tell me some more, please, about number 20, the Judgment card. It's at the heart of this reading for the sign of Scorpio. And we have got the Six of Pentacles. Right, now this is a bit of a party. This always makes me think they're moving on, though. They're going forward, because 6 is it's a kind of halfway there number, a very magical number, but nevertheless halfway there. There appear to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there are 6 clouds in the sky there. Let's have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, no, there is a 7th cloud hiding in the distance. There you are. Shows things aren't as straightforward as we would like to think they are. Okay, but 6 of Pentacles. We've got that Pentacles all-encompassing energy. Okay, this is a whole life thing, Scorpio. It's kind of holistic, you know. It's not just kind of the matters of love. It's not just the matters that are on your mind at the moment. Life needs to change sometimes in more ways than one, to not just to get us to where we need to be, but to get us onto the right track to where we need to be. A lot of bounty on this table, a lot of good things. They're having a proper good party. And we've got the Mad March Hare and the Mad Hatter. Now, that word mad, it's not a word I like to use in conversation a lot, because it just kind of discriminates against, you know, people who, quite frankly, aren't all that mad, you know, if we want to use that word. But in this reading, I'm saying that word mad is something we use to describe something that we do not understand. Something that just seems crazy, literally seems crazy to us. And there is something going on always when things seem a bit mad. It's just something that we don't understand. So we've got the two of them here together. Doesn't really matter kind of which one of them Alice listens to. That's not really going to help her. But there is a feast here. There is a bounty. There is a definite impetus to go forward for more things to happen. Now that has actually come in. Excuse me, that has actually come in with the Judgment card, number 20, okay? So I'm seeing sort of duplicity in this. It could go either way. That's the feeling I get really strongly, okay? But think about that issue of what's mad. What is in your life at the moment that seems absolutely crazy, you know? Is there more than one thing? Do you really have to go along with it, or do you have to exercise judgment and kind of save yourself, keep moving in your own right, for your own reasons? Excuse me a minute, my mouth is drying up. My spirit guides never dry up, but my mouth does. Oh, right. Right, so I'm going to shuffle now and ask for the last of the 3 cards in the main spread for the sign of Scorpio. By the way, guys, just while I'm shuffling here, there's about something like 350 odd videos on my channel now. I think the first kind of 50 or so, excuse me, they're all about like woodwork and chickens, homesteading, prepping, homebrew, uh, broken down garden machines, all kinds of things that I was trying before I actually got onto my my kind of chosen thing that works for me, which is the tarot. But most of them are kind of tarot, psychic, spiritual stuff, things about manifestation. So do take a look at my channel, do subscribe if you haven't already. And the last of the 3 cards in this spread for the sign of Scorpio is the Nine of Wands. Okay, now this means there's a final push to have, and I suspect this is actually where we're going with this whole reading there, because when Judgment comes up, it really is time to get going. The Six of Swords is the journey, but that is happening already. Okay, it's actually, this is about not just time to get moving, but time to have the last push to get yourself ready so you can get moving unfettered by things that would threaten to get in the way of it. This character has got actually 9 wands there, showing it's a very high number 9, and it's a lot of progress. It's kind of actually making things happen out of the world we live in. It's showing that we are actually just about ready to move forward, Scorpio, and there's no reason why we shouldn't, except probably feelings and a good deal of confusion that came in with the Six of Pentacles here. That's bound to make things tricky, but just keep going, just keep pushing, okay, because it's not long before things come out right when we get this card. It's like one last battle. Okay, so there we go, Scorpio. That seems to be the direction of things. We've got the mystical journey, we've got Judgment, we've got the Nine of Wands. But I'm going to ask for another card to tell me a little bit more about the Nine of Wands in this reading for Scorpio, please. Tell me a little bit more about the Nine of Wands. And it's the Four of Cups. Okay, so when the Nine of Wands comes, we've got to have a last push to finally sort things out that are making life difficult. And what are those things? Well, in the Four of Cups, we're looking at fears, my friends. Fears around our longings, our desires, things we desperately don't want to go wrong, worrying that they will go wrong. But in this story, the turtle here actually has no need whatsoever to feel miserable. He actually hasn't got any sadness around him, is what we're told. Well, I guess everyone's got a little bit of sadness around them. That's life, you know. But if we look in the background, the dolphin is holding the cup aloft there. So things can be good, you know. Things are already lifted up. So don't get held back by that. And don't put this off. Just keep going. You won't have to keep going too much longer with this feeling of embattlement, Scorpio. That card shows that that's the way they're going, and that's the way we hope things are going to work out. But that is the reading for Scorpio this week, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Thumbs up, please, if you've enjoyed it. And subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment too. We'll share the journey. I like to do that, and the comments seem to be working again. Meanwhile, I'll be back very soon with more videos. So thanks again. Peace.